Okay, check. Welcome back. So we'll be building an agency creative platform today, and yeah, I think I'm really excited about this one because we're actually playing around with a couple of technologies like Next14, Shadcn, Lenis, Figma Motion, and so on, right? And Tailwind. So I'm going to actually demo it to you guys. You guys see what we basically have here. And yeah, you can actually take note of the smooth scroll effect as well as the flow motion animations and so on. So now we basically have actually we have a smooth scroll effect, and this is the hero section. So now watch out, guys. When I actually take my cursor over to this image, it's going to animate. So watch out. Yeah, so it's actually animated with this new little cards coming in and this one coming in, right? So you can just, you know, with when you override now, it's just just kill. It doesn't really do much. But when I'm going to refresh it one more time, so you guys see that. So come in here, you can see, right? So that's actually done with free motion. It's very easy. So I'll show you guys how you can achieve that kind of functionality, and then yeah, we have the about us section. Yeah, so basically have some cool effects here. Not really is a cool effect like cool card. So then we have the our services part. So these ones will basically have the title on the left and so on and so forth with some cards on the right. Here we have the portfolio section. So I actually added Figma motion here to animate out. So basically we are just scaling, right? So when you override it, it scales, but when you click on it, it's going to tap. So this be clicking on it, and you can see that cool little effect. Okay, the same thing here. So when you click on it, the same thing. So this is actually everything you'll be learning today. I'm going to show you how you can, basically achieve all of those, kind of UI UX design processes, right? And yeah, so let's scroll down. And then we have the testimonial part. Here we basically have this card itself, and it's very highly responsive. Then we have the collaboration section where we have this on the right and this part on the left. And finally, we have the footer section. All right, so we go to the top and just scroll down for you guys one more time. Fantastic, yeah. So this particular demo will not be complete without us, checking out the mobile view. So let's do that now. And you can see from the mobile we have this little thing. Yeah, so you can close the hamburger and then let's scroll down. You can see that everything is coming in nice and clean on mobile as expected. So you can play around with it, the same effect. So every section, very mobile responsive. Yeah, all right. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, so um, we're just going to be playing around a couple of things, and it's going to be very straightforward, right? So we have an agency creative platform. The idea is we want to be able to get each of these components, right? We have like quite a lot of them. Want to grab all the components, right, and form them into an actual page, right? So we're going to start from the different process or procedures we normally take, and then we're just going to proceed. So first off, we basically need the to understand the design scheme, right? So let's focus on the colors pattern of the entire application, right? So this basically has to do with us knowing what the primary colors are, right? What the secondary color is, and so on, right? So this is something that I'll be doing straight up. And before you actually dive into that, you want to go into the actual Git project itself. You want to change your branch to starter in your case, right? And then now that you're on the starter branch, this is the branch you will be working on your end, right? So you want to click on this little green button and yeah, copy the code right there. So so technically, what we're going to do is you're going to just dive into any folder of choice you have, right? So I can actually pick this. It's a little bit messy. Okay, so I think YouTube project. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to obviously remove this one. I think I already have a project very similar, so I'm going to take that off. And you don't need to worry about this. This is just a way of me cleaning up the actual pattern. Okay, that project is gone. So what you want to do, you want to copy this and open up your terminal, and you want to just clone it, then paste in the link you just copied, and then hit enter. So this is going to, have that project installed within the operating system in the project folder you specified, right? So now that we have it, we can actually go into it. So you can do cd into creative, right? Creative. Hit the tab button, and that's going to go in there for us. And then you can see that in my case, I'm actually on the main branch. In your case, what you want to do git checkout. If I could spell checkout starter. This is what you do on your case, right? So owing to the fact that I'm building this entirely from scratch, so I want to put it in the main branch. All right, so there we go. So this is actually it. Now that we actually have this pre set up, you want to install your development dependencies. You can do this with npm install. So this is going to basically install all the packages you need to spin up your initial server. And I'm going to take a while, and yeah, mainly is done. We're just going to start up the server, right? So while we're waiting for that, we can as well just go to our folder, go to this project, and open it up in VS Code. Right, so this is it being opened up, and I want to do some things like configuration and stuff. So you want to head over to your tsconfig.json. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enlarge this a bit so you guys can see it more properly. And I want to click on tsconfig.json. And what I'm going to do here is to start setting up the actual project itself, right? So not really tsconfig, I mean Tailwind config.json. So under the extend block, you can actually call something like colors, right? Don't forget a comma right there. And for example, if you want to like specify other stuff, you might want to add them here as well, right below here. So for the colors, this one is just sufficient for us. So you can come in here and do primary, and at the same time we can do secondary, right? Great. So now since our packages is done installing, so just want to do npm run dev. So this is going to start our development server, and it's going to take a while to compile, and after that it's just going to start running. So while we wait for that, we can go to our project, and yeah, so let's grab the primary color. From the looks of it, it's very evident that the color that was used the most is actually this bluish color, right? So this automatically becomes the brand color of the primary color. You can see from the logo itself, it's actually part, blue is part of it, obviously. So yeah, it makes perfect sense. So you have this selected, and I'm just going to copy that out and take it to my Tailwind config and paste it right in here, right? Okay, so that is done, and let's see what else we need. And that is the text. Okay, so the text here is a little bit tricky. This is actually the dark. It's not pure dark. It's like grayish dark. So come in here and want to minimize this a bit, and yeah, just want to come in here and do dark. So this will actually stand for dark color, and paste it right there. Oh, I lost track of it. Ctrl C, come in here and just put it right there. Add your hash. Okay, so good. So now we have this. So this is actually gray. So this would be our custom gray. Okay, so that's actually a custom gray. Good. So we have custom gray, which is this. We have our dark, and then we have our primary. Okay, so these are just assets we need. Asset. Okay, this is actually a color. Let's see, 377 DFF. Okay, that's definitely our primary color. Makes much sense. Okay, I think that's roughly it for the entire app. Yes, so I want to scroll down a bit. Good. Wipe out this guy. More grayish or whatever. Yep, that's more of a white color. Okay, so now we are done with the design scheme, just as easy as that. And let's check on our server. That should be ready now. Gonna click on that, take it here, and oh, it's actually compiled. So just give it a while. It's going to spin up. So while we wait, we can just as well start proceeding with exporting the actual set. So first off, let's grab the logo. So that's actually a logo, and we have all of this. So what I'm going to do, I just hit shift on my keyboard and select everything. So the very next thing I do is to group them together with Control G if you're on Windows and Command G if you're on Mac. All right, so we have that selected. Click on Export, Preview, and you can say it's actually coming in nice and clean. So the next thing is just click on the Export button. Now we have it there. Okay, so let's remove a lot of these songs. Okay, so I'm going to rename this as the logo, right? And yeah, we have one little ball shape there. It's mixed with the gradient, I think. Yeah, so I can export that as well. This and this is roughly the same for me, so I can use this here as well. But I think a little bit smaller, anyways. All right, so it's very big. All right, export that. So we're going to call this blue gradient ball. Blue gradient ball. All right, so okay, so this is the first image we have. Click on export, and I can see it's coming in. So what I need though is I can as well group this little onto it and do Ctrl G and click on export. Yeah, now I have it. Right, now I have it. Good. So I can export that. Click on it, and this is going to be hero section, I think. Hero image. Hero image. Right. And yeah, let's grab this one. Hold shift, select this, and select this. Hold to the Ctrl G to group them together. Click on the export. Right, so now we can see that both the little stylish something on the top left and at the bottom right is coming in as expected. You can export that, and yeah, you can call this a team image. So name this to team image, right? And I think we'll have a little icon here though. It's a play icon, right? Yes, I think we basically have that. Can export it. Let's have the yeah. Hold shift, do that. Ctrl G, export. So this will be our play icon. So that's our play icon, and yeah, take it down, take it down. Okay, so we have a couple of other icons here. So normally what I do when I see cases like this is that I try to export both the actual icon itself and the surrounding container, because that just saves you lots of stress later down the line. All right, so grab that and grab this, Ctrl G. Okay, the export. Good. So this is going to be a TV icon. All right, so let's go to this is a cog. Go to the next one. Control G. So click on the export. Click on this guy, and yeah. So definitely, this is actually the cog icon. Cog icon. All right, what else do we have? We have a pen. Group it together. Export. Export. Okay, so we'll name this as the pen icon. All right, so finally, we'll grab this, group it, and export. All right, this would be, I don't know what the hell that is, but we can just call it TV icon. Right. All right, so let's grab that. Oops. Oh, we already have TV icon. That's crazy. So, TV alternative icon. Okay. All right, so we're good. So don't worry about this. We can actually use lucid icon to grab this part of it. That's not really a problem, yeah. And all right, so there we go. So what we need now is we need this shape. We need this shape, right? I can't seem to grab it, but I can just take all this off. And I don't know what the hell is going on there. Yeah, I can grab the shape. I can grab this. You can use one and just obviously rotate. So I'm going to export this part of it. And we have to give it a name here. So the name we're going to give it now has to be multiple dots, or just call it dots. Or you can say rectangular dots. Yes, so I'm going to undo those changes real quick. Right, and yeah. Okay, we have a different one, very similar. So I think we should be grouping it by the actual color, I think. Yeah, so let's export this. So we're gonna make this one bluish. So blue rectangular dots. Blue rectangular dots. Okay, there we go. And yeah, so yeah, we have to go back to the actual image. Let's undo all of this. Okay, we're good. So now we need to grab all of the things inside of these images we have here. So how we normally do that is we normally do this on the dev mode, but as of I think earlier this year, Figma actually removed the dev mode feature from beta. So technically, you have to be on the paid plan for you to be able to use it. So we're gonna basically improvise. So I actually have a different plugin I use here. Just right click anywhere, right, and then click on your plugins. You can see export original image. Then click on it. So the plugin is going to load up, and make sure you select, where the image you feel like you want to export, like this one. So we have the PNG selected. You want to click on the export. So let's open it up. You can see this is the actual image, right? This the way we could do it before on dev mode. You can just click on the prototype. I think the design. Then you can see some things there on the dev mode pattern. Okay, so now we have that. Let's do for the other one. Other one. This is it, and export. Let's make sure it's coming in. Good. And finally, click on the last one. Click on here, export. Good. So we have all the three images in the portfolio section. So we're going to name this in such a way that it's easy for us to digest, right? So we're just going to call this P1, P2, and P3 respectively. P1. So this is actually the P2. And lastly, we have the P3. Right. Good, good, good. All right, so let's go to the other section. This is quite simple. The only thing we need here is the actual image of Angelos. Select it. This is it. And export. Open it up. Good. Oh, this is our lady. Sweet. All right, so we have that. And we just want to rename this image to, let's call it lady for now. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we have the same images across the entire card, so it doesn't matter for us. So let's take this to the right, so it will be less daunting. So now in the collaboration section, we have an image, we have two different images. There are a couple of ways we normally handle cases like this. But what I normally recommend, 10 out of 10, is always group them together and just export as a single file. There's no point, exporting this as a separate entity, exporting this as a separate entity, and absolutely aligning this into it. Doesn't make much sense, yeah. So since we don't have any text that is overlaying or interfering with the actual thing, right, we can as well just export it as a single file. So we have it selected, we have this one, we have this one, and we have this. So Ctrl G to group and export. Preview, make sure that everything is coming in your preview as expected. Export it, and I'm just going to rename this to collab.png. So we have the collab.png, and yeah, we're almost there. So we come in here, we'll know the this actual logo, right? So I'm going to just export the entire thing. Ctrl G, export. We don't longer have any image, so we can as well just let go of this plugin. Export this. So let's rename this to footer logo. Okay, so now let's grab all these icons. Let's grab that. Spot. So this is actually Facebook. And can you say Facebook. So let's do this, group it together and export. Yeah, so this is actually Instagram. So you're going to rename this to Instagram. And yeah, this LinkedIn. We have this selected. Ctrl G, click on the export button. Export. And yeah, so this is actually LinkedIn. And yeah, what the hell is this? This is actually an actual email, I think. So let's group it together, please. Export. Okay, I think it's this one. So you can remove one of this. It's actually the email. So Ctrl G to group it. Click on the export. So now this is, previously it's called Twitter with a bed icon, but now it is X, right? So just call it S. Okay, so now we've actually come to the end of the asset exportation, right? So the good thing about this structure is that we have the desktop version, at the same time we have the mobile version of it. So now that we have all of our asset, the very next thing is for us to get it into our actual application. So how we do that is very straightforward. You want to go in here, go to your public, go to a new folder called images, and you want to pack everything inside of your images folder. You want to just copy and paste it inside. So you click on here, you click on downloads. Yeah, so these are all the assets for today. So I'm just going to select them all and drag them into the images folder. Right, so now we have everything we need. right? So, and our server is coming in as expected. Let's remove this. Not sure why we need this, by the way. Let's remove that. Okay, so we'll remove this div. Okay, so yeah, good. So now we've already done that. So the very next step is we want to start building up the actual application. Yeah. So we're going to focus on a couple of things, right? So now let's build up the navigation, right? So how we do this is very straightforward and easy. And first of all, I'm just going to remove everything here. So you can just call this a div, an outer div. We have navbar component. If you already like clone your repository from the starter branch, you should have that by default, or you're just going to modify it. And then we have the euro section. So let's create those first. In your components folder, create a new folder called sections. Yeah, so let's create each of this section. So that's the euro, about us. So there's the about us section, and yeah, we'll put it right in there. And what's our services section? Let's grab it. Create a new file and services section. Alright, so we have the services section. What else do we have? Portfolio section. Then we have the testimonial section. Okay, we have the collaboration section. Okay, good. And finally, we have the footer section. Okay, so we're going to group them all in the page folder. So I'm going to close them all and to remove this. So first off, we have, let's minimize this, say this here. We have the hero section. So we have the about us. Right, so we have the services. So we have the portfolio, we have testimonial. So let's import it. So we have testimonial, and then we have the collaboration. So the collaboration section, and finally, there's a footer. All right, wonderful. Now we have all of this all laid out as expected. We need to start building up each of them one bit at a time. Yeah, there we go. So let's build the navbar. So open it up, and just going to pin this real quick. And let's take this off and go to the navbar. So we have the mobile version, and then we have the desktop version. Great. So what do we have? So we see that it's actually horizontally distributed, right? Which makes sense. And yeah, so I'm just going to add all the links for the time being. Go in here. First link is home. Yeah, so this color, by the way, is what? Oh, dark. Okay, so text primary is going to be a text dark when you overwrite, and initially the color is this. I don't know if that has an actual color though. Difference between this and this, oh, is that one is actually bold and the other is not bold. Okay, so yeah, before I forget, so we need to set up the font. So let's see the font we're using. We're using Nonito. Isn't that Spanish? What the heck? Okay, so we have it. This Nonito font is actually available, I think, in the Google font, which makes sense. Why Nonito sounds as well. All right. So let's set this up. The way we set this up is very easy. So first up, we go to our layout, the TSX, and oh, this already have like custom font. We don't need it. Yes, so just write Nonito there. So we're going to define this. So let's grab this, import Nonito from next slash font slash Google. So now we basically have to instantiate it and do some crazy shit ass thing with it. What the heck? I didn't mean to say that, it just came out. Alright, so what else we want to do now is, yeah, I already have the setup. I'm just going to grab it from here, I think, and paste it in here. Yeah. Alright, so we need to worry about like the weight and stuff like that. Alright, so let's select this and see the weight we are dealing with. I think we have bold. Okay, what about this? This one is just regular, alright, which is 400. Bold is like 500, 700. 500 is like semi-bold though. Yeah. 700 should be bold. So 400, 500, 600, and let's do 700. Should be on the safer side. Okay, so this after let's change this creative agency website. Okay, good. Now we can refresh it. So for you to know that what you're doing is as expected, you want to make sure that you highlight it. And if the font family you're using specifiers, that is actually from the what's it called? Yeah, that's actually from the actual application, then good for us. So we have the class name, whatever. Hold on, please. Let me refresh this. Okay, I need to be sure that that is coming in as expected. Or they're gonna be in trouble. Okay, let me select one of this. Let's select this first. Oh, there we go. We can actually see the Nonito fallback, and we have Nonito with a class name. Okay, so now we have our fonts ready to fly. Good. Okay, so that now is set up. We want to go back to a navigation and begin a normal task. So yeah, so when it is actually, so test, is it test doc? Let's go, let's try this out. Yeah. So when you override, it's going to be font bold. Good. Override. Good. So you can actually add a very like little transition effect. You can do transition. This is actually with transition the width, I think. Not sure why it's not here, but let's just do transition or duration 150. Right. Smooth. Nice. Alright, so we're going to add more of the links here. We have the home, we have the about services and project. So you're gonna grab it and paste it here. Home, about, services, and then we have the projects, right? So we have the home, about, services, and then the project. All right, there we go. And on the right, we have the school button. So I'm gonna take it out. Yes. So this button is actually pre-built in all of our projects, so it's very easy for us to use. So the text here is like contact us. So specify some classes. Good. So the width, I think the average width here is like, let's see. The width, we're not getting the width. Why is that? Oh, we've not selected. So we've selected it. The width is like 185. Is that true? Yeah, 185 or something like that. So let's open up our main button. So let's grab the width, 185 pixel. Let's see how that looks now. Great. So I noticed that the rounding configurations of all the buttons here is really like, rounded full. It's all rounded. So let's fix that. And so the way we normally fix issues like this is it's actually very straightforward. You can come in here and it's either specified as part of your classes, right? Or you just make sure that what you're specifying here, makes sense. So you're just going to do rounded full. Good, right? So that would save it for us. So as regards the background, it's completely decent for us to have that as a background. But now we need to make sure that what we have here is a little bit different. So the way we do that is we're going to open up the actual main button and we want to do page white, right? So do border primary. Yeah. So the text inside is actually like primary color too, which makes sense, right? So when you override, we don't want that. So when you override, then the text is bold. Yeah. No need to. Oh, that's inconsistent. Different font, I think. But let's stay with one font in this tutorial here. So we don't want to be roughly inconsistent. So what we have there is there's a font bold and over. Yes, when you override, the pages should be white. Okay, good. Do we need any form of shadow whatsoever? No, we don't. Yeah, we don't have it. So remove the shadow effect. Okay, so the shadow effect is gone. Good. So the other thing that's missing now is the logo here. So let's grab our logo. So images slash logo.png. Okay, so that is it. And on a small device, we have to fix that. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so we'll do first images logo.png. Okay, and one other thing we'll do is to try to export this hamburger icon. Just click on the export this. Okay, so yeah. I think this is it. There we go. And schedule images. Forgot PNG. So we have the logo already. And what else? Let's check what we have. There we go. You can see it's coming as expected. And we just want to include all the links. So grab all the links, and we want to just make sure put them in here. Put them in there, and then we're going to have the main button right there and put it in here. Right, so let's check it out. You can see all of our links is coming in as expected. Then we can close it out, open it out, and then we still have the actual layout. So now we've actually technically come to the end of the navigation section. So what we want to do is to build up the hero part, right? So let's build a hero, shall we? Definitely. All right, so let's do that. You can close this up, close the navbar up, and we have the hero. You just want to pin this here. And so first of all, we're going to simulate the process flow of this, right? How is the structure going to be like? The kind of div configuration we need, and so on. So let's do that. So let's have a div, right? So we have a div there, and yeah. So we just want to make sure it's actually well positioned as it is. So let's do P. This is the first paragraph text. It can actually be H3 or whatever. So you could just do H3. These are H1. I just like to put a paragraph, then apply appropriate styling to it. All right, so let's go. I think this can actually be in 2 different lines. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think it works best being in 2 lines than in 1 line. So I'm going to copy all of this. Just going to copy all of this and paste it in here. Right, there we go. And then let's grab our button. So this is actually the main button. So we import that. We got a test. So this test is going to have start project. Right, it's going to have the start project. And then I think the last part we just have our little image. Right, we do. So we have img, then specify your source slash images slash hero image png hero image. You want to close up your image tag. And not to forget, I will never forget, is that we have some sort of absolutely positioned stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So basically what I think I would do is to add them here. Maybe I can just make this container relative and so we have one, we already have this. I don't think we have this. I can just grab it and export it. So export. Oh, it's actually like, it's not full. Give me the full one. Good. Alright, so we have this, you can just export it. So this is actually red gradient ball. Yeah, red gradient ball. So that's a red gradient ball. So I'm going to go in there and go to images. Blue gradient ball was not spelled correctly. Let's fix that. The typo there, remove the W. Good. So the red gradient, drag it and drop it inside. And let's undo this. Okay, good. Right. So let's grab all of this and apply the appropriate styling to it. Okay, so do this blue green ball. Yeah, so this and this. So this is the red part. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Oh, it's coming in good. Not bad at all. Alright, so we have all of our shapes. So let's grab this guy. Nonito extra board 64. Okay. We have this dog. How's the 4 pixel? We have the font board, extra board. And then we have to worry about the mobile. So how large it is here? It's 28 here. So we have to specify the MD and paste it in here. What we need there is like 28 pixel. 28 pixel for mobile. So let's go on mobile. Okay, good. Don't worry about it. This looks a little bit cut off now. Let's fix it. So empty top 32. Good. Okay. So let's do, it's very easy here because here's the center to put it in the middle. Good. So what about this? So this is actually 20, Nonito 20. Good ball. Okay, so the same style I think applies to the other guy. So just gonna grab everything here and paste it in here. So grab all of this and paste it as well. Okay, so we need to worry about the distance between here and here. Sorry about that. Here and here and here. Right. Here. Yeah, so first you basically get that. I just need to let's see what we have currently. Gonna do my16. It should be better. Sweet. Okay. So I think we've really no, we've not. I thought we're close to done, but we're not. So these absolute bars, you can see them here. We have to position them like absolutely, um, you know, away from the actual application. So let's do that. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do absolute top 0, left 0, right? So the left part, we will take it down, right? So the top can actually be top 32, yeah, something like that. So we'll grab everything here, but this will be for the right. So let's do top 0 here first. Okay, so let's pull that outside of the actual viewport. Right, so we need to push this in to be in the same line as the actual logo, I think. So what I'm going to do is going to do left 4, left 5, right, and maybe 6 to be proper. Let's do 8. Good, something like that. Impressive. So right on the other end, we can actually make it a negative right and specify 6 right there. So one of the things we might worry about is this little screw here. Oh shit. Oh, okay. We just don't want to put it too far away from the top. I guess that's why we need it, not the full package, but just this one. Okay, that's fine. So I can export this. Let's rename this part. So we're going to rename this to red cadence or F. So drag it in. So grab the name right there, go to the hero section port. So let's see what we have. Just going to do right there. You just kiss it, exactly. Impressive, yeah. So this allows us to not have the issue of the ugly horizontal, scroller. Okay, nice. We're almost there. So the distance between this and this though is not too far away from the navigation, but this one is just way too off. So let's fix it. Let's see how it is on mobile. Yeah, something like that. Mobile one is probably completely decent. So we just need a way to do it on the desktop. So undo empty sustain. Okay, empty sustain. I think I should just do it. Something like that. Okay, good ball. Okay, so I see that in the mobile port, we no longer have the okay. I think we do the title. Type is still there. Okay, good. I think we've actually come to the end of the, of the actual implementation for the hero section, which is wonderful. We have a responsive as well. Yes, so let's move on to the other section of choice. So this is actually our teammate section. Yeah, so let's grab this. So we need to create like some sort of header component so we can just reuse it. Yeah, so we need to create an header component. And it's going to be very, very straightforward. So this is the about us. Let's grab the header. So we can close this out. Close this out. So you can create a new component here and call it header.tsx. So let's initiate a very blank header. So what it needs, it's going to need the title and the subtitle. Title subtitle. Yeah, so we're going to just have the interface. Title is a string, and then the subtitle is a string as well, right? So makes sense, not a problem. Yeah, not a problem. So what I will do is going to grab the first and grab the second. So title will be in here, and yeah, so I think subtitle should be in the second one. So what we're going to do here is that the text is going to be primary, and yeah, we are no need to, and we need the actual sizing, right? So the text here is like 24. Yes, so, and also font semi-bold. So we're gonna grab all of them and repeat here. So this is 55 by the way. This is 55 by the way, and that is bold. So the text should be dark. Yeah, so ideally it's just in text center, or better still, you can use the flex colon justify center. Okay, so you can just specify maybe a little gap of all. So this is the header component we'll be using. And then when we go to the hero, the about us section. Go to the about us section. We're going to have hero of that header component. So we're gonna go in here and let's import it. Title is going to be about us, and then the subtitle is going to be our teammate. So that's actually the header for us, and yeah, we worry about the other critical parts, which is the left side and the right side, right? So let's do that. We have the first div and we have the second div. Right, so for the first div, there's an actual image. Right, so we have image, we have the source images, and then we have the about us. Not sure how we exported that, but let's check it out. Right, so let's see how this one is. We actually give it a specific name, which I don't remember for now. I don't know why. Team image, I think. Oh, there we go. Team image. Okay, so we'll come in here and just do team image dot. So we have the team image, right? So, and yeah, there we go. And all right, so we're just going to, we have the first part. So let's do the second part. Second part contains, I think, two paragraphs. Yeah, two paragraphs. So P. So we're going to paste this one inside of here, and then we have the second paragraph, which is this, by the way. So I'm going to grab it and paste it right within there. So now we basically have the first paragraph, and at the same time we have the second. So let's grab the buttons. So those are actually like relevant stuff we need at this stage. Well, let's create a div. So those buttons are roughly main button, get a text, close it out. And the first one is like about us. And the second is our story. For some weird reason, it has a play icon. So that is our story. So let's see how they look like currently. Okay. So the first is like about us, that's okay. The second though has a play button. So we're gonna actually have to do icon route. Okay, it's going to be slash images slash play icon png. Let's see if we have that. Okay, let's see. It's not coming out. Let's see, probably the wrong name. Okay, so we have the play icon dot png. There's the icon route. So let's open up the main button again. Some seams of icon route. That's what images slash. So that's play icon right there. So let's grab the play icon. About us. Yep. Play icon. That should just work. Oh, it might have worked, but the background is not given. So let's fix that. Page white border by the primary. Okay, so it's actually coming in. And what's the color of the text? Text primary. Okay. Is this bold? Semi-bold. What about this? Bold. That's kind of inconsistent. So I think that's good for the most part here. And what we're going to do is to try to align it properly. And how we do that is let's pin this, right? Let's unpin the rest. We don't need them. Okay, flex, so flex, and what's the gap we have in it? Just a little gap. So BG of this other one should still be white. Okay, so that's decent. And okay, so let's align them critically well. And the way we do that is left, right, left. Okay, what's going on there? Yeah, this is supposed to be within the second div, right? Yeah, definitely. So we have the class, specify the flex, specify between flex row and the column. Oh, it's actually the opposite. Flex column. And then what else? Oh, where's our header? This is our header, right? Yeah, so do right center. Yeah, so the gap seems to be too much. So go back. The spacing between in here, let's worry about that. Okay, so I am center. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this should just be it in a very basic stance. Here, so we have our title here, we have our text, and then we have our actual image. Right, so let's see how it looks on a smaller screen. Looking good, yeah, looking great. All right, so what else do we have? Let's work on the services section. Services. Okay, so okay, we have lots of cards here. Right, so let's go to services. First of all, let's unpin this and close it out. And services section, let's pin this up. So yeah, so let's mock it. So what do we have? We have a section. You can also just put them as section. So we have the div. So this is actually for the left part. So let's do p services, paste that in there, and then we have the title right there. Put it in there, and obviously we have the description, right? And grab it and paste the description in there. And I think we have a link somewhere, but here I can just use Nextjs link and wrap it around that. So this is read more. Okay, so this is actually from Lucid Icon. All right. Specify color. So let's see if we have that. Yes, we do. Okay. So that's this primary. So let's tie all these guys left. Right is just like lots of session cards, right? So let's not worry about that for now. Text primary. So select it, and then this is actually 24, then semi-bold. Font semi-bold. Yeah, so let's check it out. Good. So what about this? This is 55, bold, and so on and so forth. Text dark, text 55 pixel. This is for medium device, and if it's small, let's check the mobile version of this. So if it's small, it's 24. So what about the services part? Services is 14. Okay, so yeah, I think this is actually very bold. So grab that and put it in here. Okay, we have this one as text custom gray. Okay, we have that. And okay, so we made the font a little bit bolder. And what we want to do is to take it away from the top a bit. Good, 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 good. All right, so yeah, so on the right, we need this card. So for us to be able to get this card, we need to create a new folder within a components directory. Put a new folder and we're going to call it cards. And this is going to be service card. So service card.tsx. All right, so well, the way it's going to work is going to be particularly like straightforward. We can have multiple of them or just a single card, depending on how we want to do it. So we have the icon route. So we have the icon route, and then we just add the title. Right, so we have the icon route, we have the title. Okay, so straightforward. So we have the title, and then we need to put the image here, specify the source, alternative. Okay, so the source is going to be the icon route. Icon, can just do service icon. Okay, so there's a shadow here. Just want to put a shadow MD. So rounded here is like 30. Right, so yeah, that makes sense. So you just want to make sure this flex column. So minimum width here can actually be, minimum width is 262, but for now let's not give it a width, BG white. Right, so it could just be flex column. Let's give it a gap, or okay, justify around something like that. Yeah, so go to section, let's define our data. So in the section we're going to define the data. So the data is basically the icon route, which is like /images /tv icon.png, and then we have to specify title. So title in this first case is this. So let's go to the second one. Okay, so this one will be the cog icon. The title here is search engine optimization. Right, so let's make sure that it's properly highlighted. And thirdly, we have the pen icon. So pen icon.png. The title here is basically straightforward design. And lastly, we have the ads. Okay, I think it's more of TV icon or TV icon, something like that, I think. And then we just have the ads. Okay, so let's do that. So we're gonna make this in a grid kind of layout, which is fine. .map, so you're going to call this service. This is a static content as we're just bringing the index. So we want to render a component. So the component I want to render is this service card. So what we want to do is to just spread through the service we have and close that out. So that should be able to okay. So the key will be in the index. So what the spread operator is actually doing is that it's going to just spread through the the icon route and title. So it's going to do something similar. This is going to do something similar to, you know, to this, and yeah, you get it right. So it's going to do exactly this. So this is what this doing this will do. So instead of actually doing them like manually or things like that. So sorry, this should be title. Yeah, so it's going to do it this way. Let's give it space in between. Yeah, so it's going to do this for us automatically. Okay, so let's check out what we have. Go to the call. We have all of this, right? And so I think we have to position them at the middle, which they are not currently at. So let's do grid columns 1. If it's a medium device, grid columns 2. So gap can actually just be it for now. Okay, so the height, I think here we can give it an height if we want, or just give it some sort of padding, which I think we might be needing in this case. Okay, so let's go to the code and flex column item center. Let's put it on the middle with item center. And yeah, so py is equal to, yeah, something like that. Py should be able to give us that. And so we set space justify around. Should do space around for us. Yeah, yes, it's actually doing that. But then there should be a very reasonable gap. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So this one is actually test dark. Test dark, and the font. So the font here is actually quicksand. What the hell? We'll use Nonito. Don't worry about it. And let's just do test 24. Font mode. Okay, so yeah, so we have our design, we have our art, and so on and so forth. Right. So spacing, is it enough? Yeah, we need to add a very like small space into it. So gap 8, can actually just gap 16. Okay, that's actually 8, sorry. I mean in the outer parent container. Okay, good. Flex. So maybe we might want to position all of this at like the center or something. Is it text? Is it text? Like center. Okay. Center. And let's see, what else are we missing? Okay, something like that. Let's check the mobile part. Okay. So we have to, I think there are a couple of things here. First off, it has to do with the width of this. Let's allow this to fly, which is okay. Right. So one of the things we need to worry about is the positioning on the mobile scale. Right. So let's minimize this. All right, so this has to be centered as we see on the mobile here, centered. All right, so let's do that. Okay, all right, so let's center that. That's actually the title. So center. So I think test left. So we're going to copy this and paste it right in here. Okay, so desktop seems fine. Mobiles are the middle. Good, 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 good for us. But our services seem way smaller. Now that is weird. Yeah, so services is very small compared to what we had here in about us. Yes, yes, yes. Too small. Okay, so let's take these out altogether. Maybe we can just leave that out of this. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay for it to be this big. It's completely fine. Okay, so let's add some padding to the service card. So px4. So let's do ps6. Okay, yeah, that should be quite right. So we have perfect and fast movement. There we go. There we go for that one. Yeah, I was seeing some buttons. Oh, definitely not from us. That's completely fine. Perfect. Okay, so now we've come to the end of the service section here. So let's worry about how the portfolio section might turn out, right? So we can just, start working it out. So you can close this out and close this out. So portfolio section. So let's rename this to to the section. So in portfolio section, we just need the header. Okay, so we're just going to continue from where we left off, which is this section right here. So um, ideally, what's relevant here is we put it in the necessary, you know, top level component. Yeah, so we can just copy the one we have under the, I think, I don't know where that is. I think the about us section. Okay, so you can grab this guy, take it here and just paste it in. So do not forget to import it. Yes, so let's see what we have. Okay, so let's refresh this. Oh shit. Seems yeah, so our server just you know go dead for some weird reason. So I'm going to restart it now and reload. So it's going to try to recompile. And yeah, just give it some seconds. It's going to compile. Okay, so let's fill it with the appropriate title and subtitle. So the title is our portfolio, subtitle is what do we do. So I'm going to grab that and put it here. So yeah, so we basically have this other section here. So let's see how we can do this. So I'm going to create a div. So this div is going to have the p tag, and we're just going to grab all of these guys. I've done something similar like this before. Sadly, since I have not. Paste it in there. Yeah, so we're going to actually create some sort of cards, right? So one is going to be like big in terms of height or whatever that is, and these are the ones we maintain the same height, right? Yeah, so we can do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to call that a portfolio card, right? So not sure why we're grouping this. We can as well just remove it from there to, yeah, it doesn't really make much sense to have it there. So yeah, so we're going to create a portfolio card. You can go to your component cards and we'll call it portfolio card.tsx rfc. Yeah, so what will this card take? So it's going to take the image here and then the title, I think. So we can just do props right there. So we have the image here. We have this title. Right, and yeah, I think that is all we need. And then we're going to actually add one extra attribute, and that is going to be if it has something in the background, right? So as dots on background, this is going to be a boolean flag, so we can take it here as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need a kind of, you know, a background kind of image that we basically have to set up here. So yeah, first of all, let's grab the title. The title is going to be here, and title is always white. So text white, font bold, and yeah, so the text is going to be, let's see. Ooh, I want to grab one. Let's take this one out. Okay, there we go. Is 24. So that's actually the 24 pixel, and that's the title. Yes, so these are actually like background images or whatever that is. Yes, so okay, so the way we normally do this, it's very straightforward. I'm going to do this right away. All right, so there we go. So we basically have to specify them into the background. I quickly have to check on the previous project I used it on. So this is the way you specify it using using Tailwind, right, in the configuration file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back, and all these are actually P1, P2, P3, so it's pretty much easy to do. So just going to be P1, P2, P3, right? So let's do that. P2, P3, right? So basically have that now, and okay, so P1, P2, and then the P3. Those are actually our background images. Yeah, so image URL can actually like take up that face, right? So come here and do PG. Yes. All right, so BG1, BG1. So this one will point to the background image we just specified. So depending on the whatever, right? So I think we can just, yeah, we can do something like this. So we're gonna use backticks within the object notation, right? So specify that, and it's going to be just PG. Okay, so specify anything within the image URL. Not really an image URL, just image whatever, background class. Something like that just works. Okay, so let's play with this first and see what we have. Then we'll worry about other stuffs. And then we need to give it like a fixed height. The height here is like 350, 350. No, I don't care about the width, but we can just do the height. So the height is actually 350 pixel. So if it has this, we'll give it a different height. Yeah, so let's do that. So we're going to grab all of these, I think. So we're going to check the height of this guy. It's actually 400. So if it has that kind of specification, we're going to do 400. If not, we'll do 350. Right, so there we go. Let's play with the cards. So the card has to be placed around here, which is completely fine. So we're going to do our data. Okay, so we have the BG class of BG1. So we have the title of design by tap. Yeah, so yeah, let's do something very similar with the other ones. So BG2, and I think this should just be, just one. So this has to do with the cloud app. And I'm going to grab that and paste it within there. Alright, so there we go. We're going to call this the design furniture app, right? And when we do that, we are almost there. So we can loop through this guy. Okay, so we're going to call this PRT, portfolio, or whatever, portfolio, something like that. So we need our index. All right, so and yeah, so once you put in the portfolio card, and the key is going to be the index. I want to like spread through the data. Okay, so let's see, let's through the PFL. So let's import this guy. Why are you not coming up? Oh, it's already imported. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, as background should be optional. So by default, we can just set this to false. So it's completely optional. Okay, so let's try it out. Oops, there we go. So we want to make sure that the background doesn't repeat, right? So repeat none. So we want to go to the card, and in here we want to specify repeat 0 or BG no repeat. I think something like that should work. Good. All right, and okay, so we have. Oh, the last one is not coming through. Why? BG3. Oh, okay. Let's see our configuration. BG3 is pointing to P3. Okay, P1, P2, P3. It's coming in. Not sure why it's been an hassle. Been weird. Okay, so we're not seeing it. Is it because we have a white background? Right. That is strange. Okay, so let's see why we are having that issue. Okay. There we go. Okay, BG no repeat. We're passing the proper BG, don't we? Let's do BG 3. That should just work. Yeah, that is it, yeah. That is it, should. It should just work. Yeah, it's working. That's so weird. Right. But I expect it to work right from the get go. So let's do flex. Justify int, I think. Justify int. You're doing flex, it's going to justify it at the end. I think it's here. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make it relative. Relative, and then this guy can actually be absolute. Yes, so bottom 0, bottom 4. That's strange. Absolute positioning shouldn't be an issue. But now it is a big issue. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so grab this and set it to true in the middle one. Okay, this should be bigger in terms of the height. This is strange. Okay, so if we have this, we want to do a separate thing, right? And there we go. Okay, so let's grab it from here, I think. And yeah, so if we have that, shit. Okay, so if we actually do, we're going to grab it from there and paste it right within there. So rs dot whatever, maybe 32. This can be 16. 12. Okay. This can be 18. Okay, so bottom is like 6 when. I think 5 should be fine. Okay, so let's see the actual design. Oof, 6 seems okay. Okay, so let's do 6. Let's do 16 here. Okay, good. 6, so we can use this 7. Okay, so let's add the rounding figure. So it's 30. Rounded is going to be 30 pixel. And so I think all sides should take that actually. Not sure why it's not working for some other people. That's strange. I mean, the entire thing should have the rounded attribute. So maybe inline block or something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now that is very weird. Yeah, it seems that, oh, now I see. It's taking the full width of the entire container, which is strange. Yeah, so what we want to do is to prevent that kind of, behavior, right? So the width should not be full, right? So that's why I was using inline block. Inline block should fix that, by the way. It doesn't. Strange. Let's refresh it. Oh, it does not. Okay, so not really sure. I'm thinking of a different approach altogether instead of using this stuff. If this doesn't work, we can just use a normal image and put it within there, right? So let's see. Repeat BG cover, something like that. Oh, now I can see the actual thing. So we have BG cover, and yeah, so it's too white. That's why it's all stressed out. Now I see that. So our style is actually working. Just that um, we need to specify some width, maybe this one. If we don't want it to grow though, we can do those. So this is particularly very straightforward. And what we're going to do is we already have this now. We're going to group this, flex gap 18. Let's refresh this. What could be wrong here? Can't we flex this? Why is it being a problem? Is it background class is actually very weird. Specify with full. That's the default, by the way. So okay. So now we have it. Yeah. So we need a way to be able to reduce some of the things we have. But before that, let's make sure that our width, the gap is coming in expected. So I meant to say 16. Sorry about that. Okay, so 16. So in the code, you can actually have a px of 8, right? And yeah, so we can reduce this maybe 4 and 8. Okay, maybe 3. Okay, yeah, something like that, yeah. So yeah, we're actually almost achieving that goal, right? But we are not done. So what we want to do is we want to be able to flex out this guy. So we say md flex row flex column initial one. Okay, so now we have that. All right, so let's check the items. So basically, I have to do item center to vertically align it. Good, smooth. Right, so mobile, we have this. So let's check the mobile design. Exactly the behavior we have currently. Yeah, so Perfect. All right. So yeah. So let's get this text. Let's get it at the middle. So you can just apply text center to it, and that should fix it. So yeah, I think this is the custom grid we have. Okay. Okay. So are we there? Yes, we're almost there. So I think the only thing left precisely is we need to figure out a way to put this guy here. Right. So it should be like an absolute positioning to this entire container, I think. Right. So let's go to portfolio section. I'm just going to go to div, and this section I'm going to make it a relative, give it the position of relative, and yeah, just need to specify the image here. So slash images slash images slash right, and yeah, that's actually a gradient rectangular dot here. So I think we have red or bluish one, I think blue rectangular dot. So the one I'm looking for should be this. I mean, all right. So we have give we have salute. Yes. So top 0, right 0. Let's try it out. There we go. This is it. So I want to take it down a bit. Right. Just want to take it down a bit. Let's take it down. So top, we can do top 8. Right. Top 16. Right. And then from the right though, we can as well take it out or not. It's completely optional. Right. So okay. Yes, I think it's pretty much decent the way it is now. And I want to make sure that everything is coming nice and clean as expected. So let's see if we have it in mobile. We can just take it out altogether. So it does not exist in the mobile design. So we're just going to remove that. So we're going to do hidden MD block. So when you do mobile, you're not going to see it anymore. But when you are from medium device to larger screens, you are going to see it right here. Good. You can see that everything is coming in nice and clean as expected. And yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. What else are we missing out on? Okay, so now we need to move into a separate section. So not really, not so fast. This guy we didn't include it. So let's do that. Let's include it in this one. So in the card, if we have this, we need to be able to display some settings. Absolutely. So this is a relative, good for us. Put a new div. So just as a context for you guys to understand, what we're currently working on is we want to look for a way to put this right behind this medium whatever, right? This card. Want to put this dot 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 right behind it. And the way we do that is I've created a kind of a div. Then get an image, specify source slash images slash rectangular think dots png. So this is actually rectangular dots. Yeah. So and yeah, so you can now do it's actually like optional. Yeah, so we're going to do if we have this here. So if we have this, so wrap it there. So if we have this, we're going to do, so ideally it's just going to be hidden. So if we have this, we're going to do absolute top 0, left 0. Oh, there we go. And well, left is actually like, so let's do -8 to the left. Yeah, that's good. So we want to make sure that we rotate it a little bit downwards. That's the pattern we see here. So we can actually use the Tailwind property to do that. Rotate. You can specify the degree you want. I think this can just be 45. Yes, so let's see. Is something like that? Oh, nice. Exactly. So you have to specify this 45 degree, which makes sense. And yeah, so the only thing left there technically is to bring it down a bit, right? That is where the issue might be. So control top it. Let's see if this is able to like bring it down to meet what we want. It doesn't. So top 16. Good. That's almost right. So left 6 or left 12. Good. Okay, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So the other challenge is we have to put this behind the actual card. How do we do that? Okay, so we can actually do that by doing, first of all, we have to specify something here like Z8. Let's do Z8 or Z6. Okay, so let's do Z10. So in here, I'm just going to do Z minus 10. Let's check that out if that works. Not working. That's the problem. Yeah. So let's take this out first and check it out. Okay, that just works. So specifying Z10 here just takes it away a bit underneath the actual card. So in the mobile, we shouldn't be seeing it at all. Good one. All right, so we need a button. All right, so let's create that right away. So main button, it has a text. So this text is see your portfolio. Let's put it in the middle, and so do we have some sort of icon or whatever? No, we don't. Good for us. We don't. So just going to be BG white and border primary. Okay, so the text has to be primary as well. Good. Okay, so good. So no, this is not supposed to be in the card, by the way. Sorry about that. It's supposed to be in the actual section. So let's import this and remove the import from here. Okay, good. So when you overwrite, you don't want to see this ugly blue background, right? So let's fix that. My, let me just do it. or MT16. I don't know, man, but let's do it first. So you want to do over PG white. So let's make the font bold. Oh, we have test primary twice. You can take that off. Good. So, the same. Yeah, it's fine. That's the way we have it. And I think, yeah, it's good. So yeah, that's actually the end of the profile part. Right. So what else we do? Let's do the testimonials. Okay. So let's do this. So open it up and I'm just going to copy everything and take it to the testimonial part. Change this to testimonial section. So in this card, the only thing we need three things though. Okay, they're all the same anyways, but we do need three things, right? So the three things we do need is kind of tricky because we need a title. So let's remove this one first. Does it have a button? I doubt. No, it doesn't. I can take this one out. Okay. Okay, something I need to check. Okay. So this is going to be blue rectangular dots. Top, right, there, left. So we don't need this for now. And we'll not be needing this. And the title is this. So this is the title. And okay. There we go. We have this. We have this absolute positioned something here as well. We just want to make sure that it's almost like the same thing as the top. So top can just be 0 by the way. Good. Okay, so let's play around with the actual cards. So let's build it out. Alright, so we can have this. So flexible item center and so on. So this is going to be testimonial card. Okay, so this is going to be the testimonial. Oh shit, testimonial card. There we go. So in this card, what we're actually expecting is the image URL, expecting the name, then we're expecting the role. Okay, so we'll define the interface for that real quick. So we have the image URL. We have the name. And then we have the row. Oh, not really. Row string. And obviously we have the actual review. Yeah, so we need the actual review. Let's come in here and paste that in there. So this card basically have like two sections. 1, 2. So the first part, we're going to have something like an avatar or whatever that is. But you don't actually need an avatar to do something this simple. You can just use a div to do it. So we're going to be using the div here. So all right, let's get an image, src, image URL. Your image. So in there, we're going to have a different div. And what this div does is it takes in the name, and also it's going to take in the what do we call that? The row, right? So we have a name, we have the row, and lastly, we should have we should just have the review. Okay, so that is very straightforward. So for the name, so we have the text primary. So let's have it selected. Text 20. Okay, and you might want to ask why. Okay, what's the size of this? This is actually 18. That's text bold, by the way. So, and this one though is actually 11, which is strange. That's a custom gray, and review to okay, so flex. Okay, right in center, and do a gap of 16. Right, so the other distance between here and here is like, is it column? Let's specify a gap of say it for now. Okay, so let's see how our testimonial card is faring. So what we need is we need all of these guys. So image URL, images slash lady dot png. So the name here is Angel Rose, yeah. So the row so this is the actual review. So grab it and paste it in here. Fantastic. So I'm going to just replicate it. We have it twice again. Good. So this is going to be the testimonial card. We have the index and button. Okay, all right, let's see what we have so far. Oops, nice. So Angel Rose is coming in, very well, I would say. All right, so what we need to do is to try to reduce the size of it. So it's 70 by 70, and we can specify that real quick. Come in here, go to images. I think we can do it here. Not sure, but let's see. Okay, so so rounded full should into a circle, and the image doesn't appear a little bit skewed. So let's make sure you specify the object, contain or cover or whatever. Let's do cover. Sweet. All right. So this is the way we want it to be. Exactly. Exactly. So the gap between here and here is way too much. So let's try to reduce that gap. Yes. So the gap here is just 4. I mean 4. Good. 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 Good ball. Good ball. All right. So what other thing? We actually have a shadow. Shadow. So select it. So the roundedness is like 20. Right. So we have a shadow, small, and so rounded is like 20 pixel. Yeah. So let's do a very large shadow. Okay, so let's do a padding of 8. Let's see how that is. Okay, so impressive, yeah. So let's see how it looks. Oh, before we worry about that, let's place this guy there in that card. Testimonial card. Yeah, so let's see the way we did it here. So if we have this property, yeah, so we're gonna create an extra div and just put it here. So we have to bring this in, right? And you can do anything you want. And this has to be blue, right? It has to be blue rectangular dots. So you have the blue rectangular dots, and meanwhile, the positioning might actually be different. Why? Because many a time it's actually at the bottom. Yes, so you can see we have top going to do bottom 0 for now, and right 0, right 0. Let's see what we have. Okay, we don't have it yet. We have to specify our flag. So take this one out, go to section, and in this last one, we specify, you can put your flag here. Yes, so let's refresh that. Good. So when you position items using absolute positioning, you want to be very wary of the, of this, um, you know, annoying horizontal scroller, right? So the way you always avoid that is you don't specify like things too off the screen. You get it? Yes. So everything needs to be within the actual screen and stuff like that. So bottom, let's do 8. So maybe -8. Okay, so right on the other end, when you do the no, you can just do right 8 like that. Good. You can do 6 depending on how you just want to make sure that it doesn't go out. Right. So let's make sure that it's actually like um way before the actual thing. So this is actually relative. So that's relative, and what I want to do is to just make sure that the z index is like z minus 10. Let's see. So relative z10, z20. I'm not sure. Let's do this one z10. Oh no. Okay, why is it not coming up? Supposed to go way before it. Okay, so let's see. Let's investigate why this is not the case. So we have relative here, and okay. It's not in the same. What's it called? Yeah, actually, it's in the same. This thing supposed to work. So minus index. Okay, maybe I need to specify this. Is it saying? Not sure, but let's try that out if that works. No, it doesn't. I think we did something very similar in portfolio and everything worked. This is relative. Is it because of the full with full? I doubt. So minus z10, which does make sense, yeah. Now this is strange. Okay. So this is relative. It could be because it's a flex item, I think. Yeah, so I think largely it's being a flex item and actually interfere, with the actual behavior of things. Right? So let's see why that is. And portfolio wasn't a flex item. I see. But this definitely was a flex item. If I remove the flex, these ones, let's see if it will work. I did remove the flex and it's not working. Should I just refresh? And that is real weird. Flex doesn't do shit. Okay, so we have the gap. And okay, so we have this and then we have this. Hey guys, so I figured it out. It's just a very crazy thing that I never added, right? So it's appearing on top because it's same as if would this actually have a background? In reality, it does not. So it's actually having like a transparent background. So there's this sort of like see-through effect. So what you just do page white. So this will actually put the background in, and yeah, it will go before it. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to close this out. Going to go in here, and let's see the way it looks on mobile. Let's go and minimize. Sweet. It's looking in nice and clean. And one thing we need to do is that one thing I've noticed is that on mobile there's no point having that little icon on the side. So I think we can remove that. Right. So we can definitely remove it. And yeah, the way we do things like that is here. I thought it's already removed. Yeah. So let me see the one in the section. So this one is hidden and block. This is supposed to just work. What is going on? All right. So okay. So this is actually like okay MD block. Initially it's hidden, right? So let's go to the cards, testimonial cards. Okay. So the hidden, yeah, has to be on the whatever. Yeah, so we can come in here and just do hidden MD block. I think that should fix it. Yeah, it does. Okay, good for us. We are almost there. Just hanging tight, gentlemen. And yeah, so the distance from this guy, from the card to the top, seems to be massive here. So let's mimic that. Okay, so we're gonna go to testimonial section, close out the rest, and you want to just do empty 10. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Good. Not bad. And okay. So in all the cases, we should not be having it at all. Blue dot. Oh, I see. We are having blue dot like twice. Why do we have that? And that's so strange. Let's refresh it. We're still having it. So we want it to be in the last part. That means it's not supposed to be here. So yeah, so it should be false by default. Yeah, sorry guys for the interruption. And I think all this should be false. All this should be false, I think. So I think let's get a card, right? So if we don't have it, just assign it to false. That should fix it. Right, so for those that don't really have it, it can just be false for them. So let's refresh that. That's strange. Okay, as come in here. So I think it's like an optional kind of thing. Okay, so I think that is it. Come in here, come in here. What else do we have? So by default, it's going to be false. And I don't know, man. What's wrong with these guys? It's supposed to be false, but it just keeps calculating it as, as part of the thing. Um. So if it is not, it's just going to be hidden, and yeah, I don't think we needed that. Okay. All right. That is very crazy. So if it has this, and yeah, so you cannot do initially is going to be hidden and MD is going to be block. Yeah, this should fix it. It was just wrong place at the wrong time. So yeah, I think we have the actual behavior now, which looks way better than what we had before. Okay, so now let's grab the section, please. I think we spent too much time on this one. Okay, so let's close this one up. Let's close it up. And this is actually the collaboration section. Yes, so now what we want to do is to do section. So section, and this basically have like two, it's very simple layout. Two divs, 1, 2. Right, so the first one has a paragraph of this. So on the second one, has that. And finally, there's some sorts of a div container. That actually uses the get started. Right, and yeah, there we go. So let's make sure we start this test doc. So we have test doc. Okay, so we can just do maybe 2XL. Then we'll see how this comes up later on. So from board, custom gray. All right, so let's see. Okay, so then we are almost there. So let's make sure that it has what we need. Collaboration section. Yes, I want to check the page that says 6. Yeah, this is it, right? So let's using a lot. Not this. Collaboration, and then we have all of this here. So we need a way to take this away from there. 8. Okay, so MT8 looks cool. And MY8. Right, so, and we have the get started button. Good. So let's grab the image on the right. Right, so the way we do that is we come in here to image, specify your source. Images slash, what do we have there if you want to ask? Team image, TV icon, LinkedIn, collab, yes, collab, PNG, collab. So let's phrase this. There we go. So the flex. Okay. Good. Right. So we need to vertically align it. We just need item center there. Good. Coming in nice and clean. And on small screen, what do we get? We get this finally the specimen. So let's see the design for this though. So in the mobile part, they actually inversed what we had here. I think the image actually changed quite a bit to use a different image. So let's export this. Let's group it and export. So we're going to call this collab mobile. So we're going to rename that. So we need to put this within our project. Okay, so collab. Hitting MD block. So I want to replicate the same image, but this is going to be collab mobile. And it's going to be opposite. Okay, it's going to be block. MD is going to be hidden. Okay, so let's do mobile. So we see the other image. Good. So we have to inverse it. This has to be at the bottom and this has to be on top. Right. So item center. And okay, so this is good. This for medium device. You can come here and do something like, okay, so it's actually okay. Column reverse on mobile. Good. So it's very easy to do that. And why on mobile we have on desktop we have that. Good. Okay. So, and finally, we are almost rounding up. So let's actually worry about, the actual footer and what we need. So what we're going to do now is we are going to open up the footer section and pin it and close out the rest. Rename this to section. Oh no, to section. And yeah, want to worry about other critical stuff like the title and stuff like that. So let's do that. So we have this one. Okay, this one has the logo. It has this other huge section. Yeah. So yeah, and after that, we have a different div with a list of all of our logos, and we have a separator and then a text. So yeah, let's start. I think we should start from the bottom here. Okay, so we could just say Facebook icon really. So let's grab all of this in their own separate divs. So next one is Instagram. The other part is the LinkedIn. So this other one is the email. And then we have the Twitter. Alright, so I think we label it as X, so it's completely fine. So we need a separator component. Yeah, so let's put it there. Okay, so we don't really have it. So we need to go to Shadcn and get it from there. Okay, so this is it. We're going to follow the guide and just install it and use it right away. So copy that. Open up your whatever, your terminal, active console, maybe just open up a new terminal so you can paste it in. Okay, so it's going to start downloading. So while it's downloading, we can just import it this way. Right. Okay, so which other one? We need is text. Right. So let's put in this background as well. Okay, so let's refresh this. Okay, good. So let's flexify. Full. Very good. And yeah, there's some spacing between the actual copyright text and the selector itself. So what we can do, we can just wrap this in a div. Can wrap that in a div, take that, put it inside, and then we can apply appropriate my4, right? So yeah, so this one actually is text white. So text white, justify center. Okay. Specify with full. Our slider is gone for some weird reason. Not sure why it's gone, but let's see. Could be related to, let's do with full. Okay, good. So that fixes it. And yeah, so there we go. So basically, I have some cool pattern top and stuff like that. So now let's focus on what's important. The first one has to do with the actual logo. So you could grab this and paste it in here, paste it in there, and then this is actually the footer logo right there, right? And yeah, so we can actually update the auth to footer logo. Yes, so and then this other side basically contains lots of stuffs, right? So want to loop through it and just go through them one after the other. So what I'm going to do for the sake of today's tutorial, I'm going to get the data and I'm just going to grab the title and then the items. So I can do title, and this one now is terms and policies. So I'm going to grab everything from here to the end and paste it in there, right? And the items, all links, is just going to be an array of whatever you specify. Terms of service, and then the privacy policy. So the other one has to do with the copy. Okay, so this one we have the home, about us, and then the contact us. So we have the home, okay, so what else do we have? We have the contact. So the contact basically have this phone number. And we have this email. Sorry about that. So we have the email, so I'm going to paste it in there. And lastly, we have the location. So we have location, and this location now we have to, add everything that we need into it. Yeah, so we have, that's the first location. So let's grab the second one. Okay, so let's grab the third location, Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta, Indonesia, and then we have the last one. So paste it in there. So this are actually everything we're playing around with, and this should bring our data to life, easily. Okay, so first off, we need to define how the structure is going to be, right? And okay, so we need a way to be able to say, oh, this is what we need, and this is what we need. So let's do data dot map. Most of them are just like, I can just do option right here. Specify our index, and yeah, so we're going to need some sort of wrapper right here. It's very more straightforward. Right, so we need the wrapper and just process it as is. So what we're going to do, we need a way to be able to know, oh, what's our title? Right, so get out of option dot title, good. Right, so come in here, text, white, font, bold. This is the size of this guy, 22. So, and then we want to like give like some margin bottom from the rest, and put a div here. So what we're gonna do with the div is you want to like make it a flex item. Flex column, gap fall. So all the items here is going to be within that jurisdiction. So we have the option dot items dot map. Right, so we have the opt. Not really. We have the item. Right, item index. So this is like a loop inside a different loop. Understandable. You can actually use Nextjs links here. Doesn't really matter. If you want to link them, please use Nextjs links. So we have the item, and we need to give them some class name. So this one is this, and 16 fonts white is regular, and text 16 pixel. So text white. So let's specify our key. So we have index here, index inner, prime, second key, index inner. So let's check the console to make sure we're not getting any index error. That's the last thing we want. Control arrow. Good. The message, no, that's not a problem. Right, and close that out. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so let's grab this thing and put it at the middle. So at the bottom can actually be, okay, maybe 4. Okay, so these are all, everything we need in terms of how it should be structured. Right, and flex justify between class flex justify between. Okay, so we want to make sure that it grows here. Flex grow. Good. And yeah, so we need some sort of margin padding from the top, I think. So let's do that. Let's do pieces first. First. I mean PY actually. So PY is 16 and not bad. And the gap right between this and this gap is equal to 8 or 16 as the case may be. Gap 16 and yeah, so we need to take this up to 32. Okay, 116. So okay, so this is actually the footer. So let's worry about how it's supposed to be look like on the mobile. So come in here and okay, mobile is not bad, but I think if you are stuck in it, just stack it together. There's no point doing some unnecessary stuff. So let's build out the mobile part. So first of all, no. First of all, we're going to do this, right? So column and the flex row. So if it's small, good. So we want to stack all of these guys as well. So let's do that. We got 4 and the flex row that should stack them all. Okay, so and then another thing we need to worry about real quick. Yeah, so we might not really touch the background because it's actually full width. So let's add our own px to it. So px16. Oops. If we do that, oh okay, it's not really like full width or whatever, so it's completely fine. It's completely fine. Check it mobile. Good. So mobile still comes out clean as anticipated, but we kind of have some spacing issue. So let's see if we can quickly fix that. Right on the mobile end. Yeah, so this and this should be well spaced. So let's do gap 8 here. Good. Exactly. So that makes much sense. And really fine. Really fine. Okay, so now we've actually added the last section. Now let's worry about how we can add padding to the entire part of the application. Yeah, so I'm going to go to page, page and close out any other thing you do not need like this, and everything here excluding the footer section, we can give it some sort of and px8. So that's pattern left and right for 16, right? So you can do this for the medium device, and you can do px4 on mobile. So you can see we've added that, and one other thing we need to do is I want to make it a flex container. Columns gap can actually be 32. So MD, and maybe the gap can be 16 on smaller devices. So from large devices upwards, it can actually be gap of 32. So let's rephrase this. I see that is not the case though. Let's see. Yeah, so that would not be the case for the last one, right? So you can just do margin bottom either gap or okay, so it's fine. Come here, wrap this on its own div. You wrap it like so. Give it a class name, and yeah, I want to do end top, something similar. Yeah, so you want to do mt16 md mt32. Right, so yeah, there we go. Let's check it out. I have like get started here. Yeah, we do. Let's minimize it. We do have it. So get started in the mobile is actually at the middle. So it needs to be at the middle, not here. So let's fix that. Collaboration section, we have this one. And okay, is it the entire thing at the middle or just the text? Oh, the entire thing. Okay, that's fine. So let's minimize this. Come in here, we still have it minimized, right? Just want to where is it? This is it, right? So want to just flex colon justify center item center. Okay, so so MD is going to be item start for medium devices upwards. Yeah, so you put this as item start for medium devices. Good. Okay, so we have some issues, and the issue is here. So this one, we need to specify a leading for it. Leading 10. So let's do 4 rem. Okay, maybe 3 rem is fine. Yeah, 3.5. Okay, good. Wow, that is very cleanly responsive. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually what we have so far. Come to the end of the footer section. So yeah, in order to conclude, I have actually added a couple of things. Right, first has to do with small scroll effect with Lenis. Right, so if you don't know what Lenis is, you can just share that. It's actually very library to basically mimic some level of scroll effect. Yeah, so what you need to do, you can go over to this link, and yeah, you just have to grab this and paste in your terminal and install it. So after that, you want to import this in your actual page.csx. Right, so I'm going to scroll up now, and there we go. You're going to import it here, and then you just need to paste in this code. So this will actually take care of this smooth scroll effect for you automatically. So if I actually refresh my page now, so I'll try to scroll down, you can see that we have this cool smooth effect. So it's actually very smooth, right? Good. So this is actually everything you need in terms of Lenis implementation, right? So now let's go over to the interesting part. So I'm going to close it out, and now we want to use Figma motion to basically animate some of the components we have. So I think we already have the portfolio card, we have the service card, and so on. Right. So what I would do is go to. So first off, for you to be able to use it, you need to install Figma motion. I think I've already done it. Okay, I'm gonna go here, open up my terminal. So it's just very easy for you to install. You want to do come in here and so do npm I Figma motion. This is going to install Figma motion for you, right? And most of the time, what you'll be needing in Figma motion is the motion object, right? So this motion object is what you wrap around your div images and so on, right? This will allow you to be able to perform some some framework functionality on top of your component or your HTML what's it called, tag. All right, so the first thing we're going to do first is let's do div dot motion div let's check our motion.do. So yeah, in our portfolio card, right? So what I've done actually, I have created a kind of provider here, so called landing page provider. So what this provider does is that it's going to be able to, wrap through the children and be able to animate those children. So it's very much like you're passing a single child as a component and it's going to wrap through it and try to animate and transition. So what we are specifying here is just like basic motion attributes. So at the initial state is going to have opacity of 0, and y means that from the vertical axis we want to take it from 15, right? So opacity is going to be 0. It's going to be coming from say the top 15 at the initial stage. So immediately it starts animating, right? Opacity is going to turn to 1, right? So y is going to be 0. That means the kind of effect this is going to give to you is going to be, okay, I just have something. There's no way I can visualize it. It's just like, okay, you're moving from the bottom to top, right? So first of all, we'll give it 15y, meaning that it's going to take it down, the children component down by 15. And when it's done animating, it's going to take it back to the initial stage, which is 0. Right. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, so when you actually exit out of the animation, you want to make sure that, okay, you do the same thing, basically, right? You do the same thing and you just specify a delay of 0.25. So now this is just a basic wrapper. And when we're using this, we're using this within the page.tsx right there. And we'll just wrap the entire component around it. So when I refresh, going to refresh it for you. Let me scroll to the top. Refresh, and you guys are going to see the effect real quick. Boom, very quick, right? But it's actually coming from from the, let's do it again so you guys see it well. Exactly. So it's getting from push down by 15 and then going up to 0 again. So you can see that effect is actually coming in nice and clean, right? Good, right? So let's talk about other critical animations. Yeah. So now when I override the hero image, guys, take a look. I'm going to take my cursor straight to it and it's going to animate. Boom. So what we're actually doing there is that we basically have like two images, one that doesn't contain these two cards, the one on the top left and the one on the bottom right, right? So what it does is it doesn't contain those particular sets of cards, but the first image, I'm going to refresh, does not contain those cards. You can see. So we are actually putting two images there. I'm going to show you guys real quick how that's done. So I'm going to go to, I think, the hero component. Let me close this out. Source, components, sections, hero section. Yeah, so this is what we're actually doing in this case, right? So now we have two images. One image does not contain those white stuff, but the second image does, right? So this is it, right? So this is the one that contains it, is the one that does not contain it. So what we are doing now is that we actually create a very basic state called is overed. So now the motion basically come in with some sorts of properties like y over, on mouse enter, and so on, right? So on mouse enter, we assume that that component has been overed upon, right? So we perform this operation by setting this over to true. And then while the user basically override, we want to scale the initial component by 1.05. So the initial scale is like 1. So when you scale it by 1.05, it's just going to grow a little bit larger than the original size, right? So then basically we're going here and then we'll do some styling. So what styling we are doing is, you can notice by default, the opacity was actually 0.8. But when we override, the opacity becomes 1, which is okay. So we specify some basic transitioning so that it's very smooth in terms of appearance. Opacity 0.3 seconds or 3000 milliseconds. So we specify the ease attribute. So now I think you guys can actually read more about how the transitions work in the Figma motion documentation. You guys can go to this link and check it out. All right, so I'm gonna go back real quick. And right now we are specifying an ease with an array of values, right? 0.7, 0, 0.3, and 1, right? So when we refresh, I'm going to refresh it real quick. You guys can actually see now that we don't really have that, but really I over it, you can see we have that little cool animation. When you keep over, it has a very much different behavior. It just keeps scaling, which is wonderful, right? So we'll scroll down. I think that's that for the animation. Let's scroll down. For here, we had a little bit of scale to this. You can do this with Freeman motion very easily. So what we're going to do, I think that is under the portfolio section. So yeah, so while you over, just specify a scale of 1.05. When you tap on it, it performs something very similar. Yeah, so when you scale on it, it's going to do 0.9. So when you tap, right? So when it scales, sorry, when you over, it scales by 1.05. But when you tap, it's going to have a scale of 0.9. Watch me tap on it. Tap, 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 tap. See that little effect? So yeah, so this is actually how you can animate your card and make it cool. So this, I think this actually, there are other things you can actually play along with. You can check out the documentation, check out the scroll effect. There are a lot of things, animate presence, and so on and so forth. Right. So we actually use this within the provider landing page provider that we created. I just showed you landing page provider. We use the animate presence there, right? So you guys can actually check out how there are lots and lots of, variations like use spring. I didn't use this in this tutorial, but it's very handy. So use spring allows you to kind of, have this kind of spring effects. So it looks so cool. You might want to definitely check it out, right? So, and it's very easy. All right, so I think with this we've actually like come to the end of this, and yeah, definitely. Let's see you on the next one.